Yeah, yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We as them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Pumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And guys, once again, don't adjust your phones, don't adjust your computer screens or what have you. We're here on a Saturday. That's what we're doing, all right? It's a big wrestling weekend. We got a whole lot to talk about. You know, we got Clash in Paris that's going down tomorrow. We had SmackDown that just happened coming out of this week in wrestling. And, because I knew this weekend was going to be really big, I want to make sure I got a really good guest to come on here, make this weekend just as big as it is. Because a little bit later on, we do have the In Your House fantasy football draft that we're going to be doing. That's going to be a great time. Then tomorrow we have the In Your House Clash in Paris live watch long that we're going to be doing. That's going to be another great episode with the core four coming in, and we're all going to watch and chat about some wrestling. But today I wanted to get a guest in, and this guest here, she's somebody that I've wanted to get on the show for a while. And because she is got a hell of a following on social media, and it's because of her big opinion. She got some big things to say about wrestling, all right? But I don't disagree with the things that she says. Like, that's one of the reasons why I follow. Because I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're saying it a whole lot louder than what I can say it, and it's appreciated, So, like I said, she got a big following, and just so much, like it feels like she got her fingerprints on the business on the low, and I can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I can most definitely relate to that. That's lovely, Laveau. What is up? Thank you for coming on to In Your House.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, we gonna talk.
Most definitely. No, we're definitely excited to have you on the show. So, we've been talking about doing this for a couple of weeks. I was, and I follow what you say. You're like, sometimes I don't want to do podcasts, sometimes I don't want to talk, but sometimes I do want to talk. So I was able to get you on, which was great. But I do want to ask you though, because you have some big opinions on wrestling, which means you more than likely have a very deep love for wrestling. So my question for you was this: uh, where did it start for you at? Where did wrestling kind of become a thing for you?
Oddly enough, it was very, very early, right around '92. My grandfather was a huge wrestling fan. He would get the VHSs because he was very, very cheap, so he was not paying the pay-per-view prices. He would have somebody record it, and he would watch the VHSs. And the first WrestleMania, the first wrestling anything I saw was Macho Man versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania 8. And the
Oh,
first
okay.
question I asked was, who was that man in the gold? Because I saw Macho Man.
Yeah.
And I've been hooked ever since of this crazy thing we call wrestling. And I just cannot seem to be freed from it. Thank you.
Yeah. 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 No, I feel it, like, and I got introduced to the business super early too, as far as like watching wrestling and everything. And that's great. But like, I want to fast forward a little bit because obviously wrestling is something that you had with you throughout your entire life, and now you kind of have, some of your fingerprints on it a little bit. I want to ask you this. You went from just watching wrestling to really kind of getting involved, in a way, especially being like a media head and whatnot. How did that happen for you? Like, as far as you start off becoming a fan of the business, then you have like a voice. How did that go down?
By accident, actually. It was because of Twitter. My original Twitter page, we started it, what, 2008, 2009 was the first page. And I would just talk about wrestling. and I would give my honest, unfiltered opinions about it, and people started to agree. Um, I would go to shows because I'd be outside, unlike a
Mhm.
lot of y'all. I'd be outside.
That's bad.
So people started to mash the tweets with the face,
Hmm.
um, and then I always tell people I'm nobody important. I'm just a woman with a Twitter page that just so happens to
Hmm.
gain traction. And then from that, because of how I understood and respect wrestling, it started to kind of gain attention of some of the wrestlers, especially some of the indie wrestlers. And then
Hmm.
once that happens, it just kind of snowballs. So you have fortunate that fortunate moment where you start to become friends and start building relationships, and they start asking opinions. Or since you're a fan, from a fan's perspective, how does this look? How does this sound? And that's really where it went. And that's how it started. Was just getting the fans' perspective from me, from some of these folks, and then just building on top of that and just continuing to be me. At the end of the day, I'm just not gonna change for nobody. How I feel is how I feel. If I don't like it, I don't like it. If I rock with it, I rock with it. And then I saw it just continue to grow and realized there's a lot of black folk on Twitter talking about wrestling. Let
Hmm.
me figure out where these folks are. And then I
Yeah,
start
for sure.
seeing the media, start seeing the different podcasters, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then it just we still here,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, no, no. Fortunately for us that follow you though, it's most definitely fortunate for us. But like, I like what you said as far as like you were kind of the voice of the voiceless in a way. You were seeing Punk out here in these streets.
Oh
You know,
shit.
you would take the the opinion of the people who didn't have the following that you have, and you would echo it if you agreed. So like I think that's pretty dope. And I want to go to our chat because I got my man over here in the chat, the voice Josh Joseph. He's one of my co-hosts here. He's asked, "What's the one thing in wrestling that always takes you back to what made you fall in love with the business?"
Oh, I'm gonna give a very non-jaded answer to that question. When I see a lot of these folks are still hungry, and you can see the purity in their eyes for it, it
Hmm.
it reminds you why you're here. Like there are some wrestlers that make me feel like a kid again watching it. That's what
Yeah,
brings me back. I'm one name in particular, Darius Carter. If you do not know who Darius Carter is,
I do.
my lord, he's one
Talented.
of the my god. He's one of the people that I have the pleasure of being able to watch up close that make me feel like I'm 13 again watching their work. That's what does it. There's a lot of buffoonery, foolishness, tomfoolery, temerity, and audacity in wrestling in the
Mm,
media space on Twitter. And sometimes you really have to separate it. You got to be like, you know what, I'm gonna leave this over here and remember why I watched this, why I'm here. And folks like Darius Carter, folks like Bailey, folks like New Day, they remind me of that childlike glimmer in my eyes. Like they bring that back. So that's really what it is.
yeah, no, most definitely. I feel that answer. Voice saying he loves that answer for sure. And Darius, he's wrestled here in Indiana a couple times. And anytime I've got a chance to see him, I'm like, that dude just
Uh,
he gets it.
he is,
Gets it in every way. Like it's crazy.
yeah, yeah. He's one of those guys that if you are a fan of William Regal, which I love William Regal
Oh yeah, I love
wholeheartedly,
yeah, yeah.
and you see how he carried himself, and then you see a Darius Carter who's in the Indies, who should not be in the Indies still, with that same, what's the word? He carries himself and holds himself to that same standard as
Yeah.
who's been
A
here.
prestige about himself
And
in a
that's
way.
that's the word. And it's just like you can't help but to either hate this guy or you love him, right? But
Hmm.
your hatred is so deep to where you love to hate him.
Yep.
And that's what reminds you of fandom, stuff like that. So yeah.
No, that I'm totally with you on that, 100%. I feel exactly what you're saying in every way. I knew this conversation is going pretty much how I thought it was going to go because I kind of feel like you understood it, and I was like, I just want to like have that conversation, and like talking to you now, I realize that you understand it. Now I got a question myself, all right,
Sure.
and I didn't tell you I was going to ask this
Ah
question.
hell.
I'm about to ask it anyway. Can you tell myself in the household what is the squirt business?
Okay. All right. Okay. So squirt business, if you don't know, it is myself, Faye Jackson, Tasha Steele, and the Big Swole, the biggest of
Big
Swoles.
swole, yeah.
Honestly, it's just us. What happens when you're in a room with the four of us at the same time, with two of us, with one of us? It doesn't matter the combination. It's really just four friends that absolutely love each other, and we really are each other's rocks. And
Yeah.
just being very, very honest with you, we lean on each other. I can honestly say, um, being a black woman, not just in this space, but just being a black woman in general, there's
Hmm.
always this awful stigma that women don't know how to be friends. They don't know how to be genuine to one another. And
Yeah.
I've been so thankful and blessed to be a part of this sisterhood called Squirt Business. That
The name, man. The
I mean,
name.
here's the thing, so we all know Cedric Alexander was a part of Hurt Business when they were
Of
in
course, yes.
WWE, and Big Swole, that's his wife. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, look, little known secret, Cedric is a part of Squirt Business. We just can't put him on stuff because it's gonna throw off the feng shui. It's gonna throw it off a little bit. But
Right,
Cedric,
right.
he is part of Squirt Business, and we always do these jokes, and I don't remember. Something happened on the phone one time on FaceTime, and he says we were talking about Hurt Business, and I was like, "Well, we the Squirt Business, so there it is."
And it's
It's,
stuck.
yeah, it started off with Slurp Business, so Slurp Business was the
Right.
first thing, and then it just transitioned to Squirt Business, and here we are doing our thing. We're just, I'm
It's
sorry,
incredible. It's incredible. The best name I've ever heard.
thank
It
you.
popped me. It audibly popped me when I first saw that, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, we actually have some stuff in the works with
Ooh.
the four of us. So I tease a little stuff here and there with the logo and stuff like that, but stay tuned.
All right. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna be patient. I love that. But also, what I love is what you said as far as like sisterhood in the business, especially with black women. And
Mhm.
that's really what I liked about when the big three was being displayed in the time that they were together. Uh, Naomi and Jade Cargill and Bianca
Mhm.
Belair, and I just really thought that that was a really good time in wrestling because it showed that camaraderie between black women. Did you kind of feel like that same way between that run? And of course, in real life they're still friends, but they got a chance to show it on camera, and I think that that was so important.
Anytime you get to see yourself in any facet, it feels good, And those three women specifically, and there are others, but since we're talking about them, those three specifically wear us on their shoulders in a way that I don't think that they even realize.
Hmm.
Because for a lot of us, we had Jazz, we had Jacqueline,
Yeah,
but there was still a disconnect because we were younger, we were looking up to them. But when we
yeah,
have like a Naomi, a Bianca, a Jade, like we're watching this in real time at
eye
their
to eye.
same
Yeah,
age. Like
yep,
we're the same age. So we're seeing the opposite of what society wants you to see about us. Like, of course, in feud wise, they're gonna fight. If you're together, that's where the feud gonna be, is the fight.
right, right.
Able to not only see those women have this like damn near indestructible force together, see them at WrestleMania the way that they were showcased, see them. I love the big three. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I was,
Yeah, for
it
sure.
broke up, but I loved it too because we got that era of Naomi that we
Yes,
grew on
amazing.
with, you know. But it
Amazing.
felt good because I don't have children, but I have sisters that don't watch wrestling. I showed them that, and they were like, "Oh, I'm the oldest of six girls, so they're not into wrestling, but I'll
Yeah.
show them usually like a Khan or a Carmelo Hayes, and that's where they'll get it, intrigued. But then I
Yeah,
showed
right, right,
them that,
right.
and they were like, "Oh no, this is dope." So then they start showing their friends, and then you start seeing people who never thought about watching wrestling, like, wait, they got sisters being showcased like this. Let me tap in. So that felt good. It was some sort of validation as a black female wrestling fan. It felt good.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I can't feel those vibes that a black woman can feel, but still as a black man, it was great to see, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it everything that came from it. Like you said, Naomi generational run, as far as what she's been doing, and we're definitely going to talk about her because she's topical in the news.
Mhm.
But I want to get a lot of your thoughts on things that's going down in wrestling because once again, you do echo a lot of what a lot of the fan base does say, and sometimes you go against them, and sometimes you don't. That's the place that you have when you're a figure in that way, a social media figure in that way. So like, but I'm always this is why I do what I do because I understand social media. I
Mhm.
totally get it, but like I just love having conversations, one-on-one conversations, talking to people about wrestling, having that conversation,
Yeah.
and we're going to continue to do that. But first, we got to take a break. We're going to pay a few bills, and then when we come back, I'm going to get some more thoughts from my amazing guest right here, lovely Laveau.
Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
Welcome to the Brainbuster T-shirt website where your favorite podcast team in your house lives. Look at all these fantastic options you have.
If you want that sweet hype, we got it. You wanna be divinely designed at yours. Have you lost your voice? We have all that voice merch for you. Are you just a part of the household? We got that too. Brainbuster Tees is where IYH live. Mm. Mm. Brainbuster Tees is where IYH live.
What is up, guys? We are back here in your house, and like I said, we got a lot of things to talk about here with my guest, Lovely Laveau. But before we do that, I gotta let y'all know, and I gotta let Lovely know because she might not know. I have recently been on a health journey. I've been getting in the gym, taking better care of myself, and really trying to, focus on. I'm getting, I'm 38, so I got to start taking better care of myself. Got to you get joints hurting and stuff. I get tired of getting up out of bed, and the first thing I'm like, oh, my back, So like, we got to get it right. So if we gonna get it right, we got to hop in the gym, and like nothing helps me out with recovery the way the goalie nutrition does with goalie gummies. I use them all the time for recovery, and we actually just got a care package from goalie. I got it right here, man. We got some great options right here. This is the sugar-free edition that we just got, and we've got the Goalie Zero Sugar Apple Cider Vinegar. Man, if you're trying to cut a little bit off your gut, a little apple cider vinegar, you get that, you good to go. You know what I'm saying? We got the pre and post probiotics, sugar-free. Man, I'm telling you, if you want to get your gut health right, you need to get with this right here. All right. And then ashwagandha gummies. If you're trying to chill out, relax after a long day, that's what I need to be doing. All right. I need to be relaxing, kicking back, and chilling. So I get the ashwagandha gummies. They are great for recovery. They're great for being able to get that energy that you need to get when you in the gym, killing it. And then, of course, the Matcha Mind, they help me sit up here and focus on editing these podcasts. That's what I need to be doing. I need some focus in my life here. All right. So if you guys want to get some focus in y'all's life, if you guys want to take that step for better health, better wellness, and recovery, go to goalie.com, enter promo code IYH for a discount. Tell them that we sent you, and listen to the In Your House podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But I'm here with my guest, lovely Laveau. And man, I got so many questions for you because it's been a crazy week in wrestling. My God, people pregnant, people getting beat up in the ring. I can't even fathom what's going on right now, lovely. But we'll start with Naomi. Well, because I knew that we just talked about her, all the great things that the big three have done and accomplished. But Naomi, we all know now, she came out, she announced that she was pregnant. We've talked about it on this show. Absolutely happy for her and Big Jim. But I wanted to get some of your thoughts on it. Naomi had to, she's pregnant, which is a beautiful thing, especially with all the health issues that she's had to deal with, that she has known to have as far as pregnancies and not being able to have kids, at least so we thought,
Mhm.
and all of that. But now she has to give up the title and a generational run. I mean, just the greatest run. I just love what Naomi was doing, but I totally get it. I guess like it was a thing where it's like, dang, it sucks
Mhm.
because like she was about to kill it. She's about to go on a killer run, but then you can't be mad because like I mean, if you're gonna have a kid, it's a beautiful thing. So like I wanted to get some of your thoughts on that whole scenario.
Um, my first thought is F that title. For real. Screw that
Yeah,
title. Screw
yeah,
that title to the cows come home. And when I tell you that I cried like she was my sister when I found out, it's like you heard the rumors, you heard the buzzing of
right.
everyone thinking that this is what it is. I didn't want to say anything at all because as someone who also struggles with infertility and things like that and dealing with miscarriages, I don't ever want to speak on another woman's womb at all
Mm,
without any confirmation at all. So
right.
I held off because no lie, I was like, oh, he did it. I know he did it. That's the first thought. I was like, I know he did it. So when we finally got that confirmation, it felt good because what better of a time than right now? Everyone else was thinking, oh, this is horrible timing. I think it's the perfect timing. And the reason why I think it's the perfect timing is because it was her timing. It was time for her.
Yep.
She finally went through. Imagine if this would have happened when she had to walk away from WWE. Imagine it happening when she was in that flux of uncertainty about herself or
Yeah.
lack of confidence. That would
Yep.
have been awful for her, possibly. But we got this, or she got this, and her family got this at a time when she was at her most confident, when she was at her most, this is Trinity Fatu.
Yep.
Forget Naomi. This is who I am. I'm unapologetic about it. This is what I want. And it happened at her peak. And I feel like that was the perfect time for it to happen. I was elated. I was like, girl, I hope it's twins. Let's just do it up. Let's do it big. So it was beautiful to watch. I loved hearing. I love that woman. I have a plaque of her when she won the title in Orlando. I have it right
Yeah.
up my Funko Pop's table over here. I'm happy for her. That title ain't going nowhere. She'll come back if she wants to, do what she wants to do with it. If she don't want to come back, girl, go build your family. Forget these fans.
Right.
If they your fans, they're gonna support it. Go build your family. That's how I feel
100%.
about it.
100%. Absolutely agree. Yes. Build your family. I mean, like you said, title's not going anywhere. And I even said it myself on the show. I was like, forget all the accolades, forget all the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like in my eyes, straight up, like Naomi could retire tomorrow when she's a Hall of Famer.
100%.
Hall of Famer. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like she's a Hall of Famer. So like if she wants to go and have this family, something that she was uncertain that she could do,
You're right.
we don't need it. You don't need to it'll be here when you come back.
She
It
had
will.
this is the title for her right here. Mom. If
Yeah.
you are so concerned about her title run, understand the title that she now has. Mother. Y'all been calling her mother on the timeline for all her career. Now she's able to be that. So there
Yeah.
has to be a time when we can separate fandom from being a person and understands that this is something this woman has completely written off. That she didn't think this was going to ever happen. Knowing that feeling personally, fuck that title.
Yep. 100%. I'm with you. I promise I'm with you. I promise I'm with you. I'm happy. I'm happy for her, man. I swear I am. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's a great thing. And I hope the pregnancy goes all well and everything. Ain't no issues or nothing like that. Everything is just beautiful, and it's a great situation, and the bloodline continues. You know what
I
I'm
mean, I
saying?
guess about that part. I ain't gonna co-sign that, but all right.
But listen, lovely, this has been a weird week of pregnancies because not only that Naomi came out pregnant, very happy for her, but what the hell, like Cody Rhodes and Brandy just all of a sudden, well, here's a kid, like boom, drop it on all of our laps. What's going on, lovely? What is
I
this?
don't know them people. I don't know what's going on. Cody said I'm gonna end racism one way or another. Damn it, he meant that thing.
Man.
But
Man.
honestly, that's what you're supposed to do. We're not supposed to
Hmm.
be on. Listen, they did it perfectly. I understand why Naomi did what she did because these are two wrestlers, right? Both of them are
Hmm.
active wrestlers. She's a champ. Yes, tell the people because you gonna have to go away. But
Yep.
Cody
Yep.
and Brandy, I'm glad they didn't tell nobody nothing because people like to ruin stuff. This is how it's
Hmm.
supposed to happen. We need to stay out of these people's business.
Sure.
I might veer off a little bit right here. Excuse me.
No.
Y'all need to stay out of these people's business. I don't care who sleeping with who dating who. I don't care who getting divorced. As long as they're not doing nothing illegal, they're not harming anybody. I don't give a damn. And I
Nope.
want people to remember that we got to separate fandom and parasocial relationships. We didn't need to know that until they decided to announce it. So I'm glad that they did that. They brought some stay out our business back in the nicest
Yeah.
way possible.
Yep.
So I appreciate them doing that. That ain't our damn business until they want it to be our business. Stay out them
Facts.
folks' bedrooms.
Yeah. Listen, we looking at y'all, all right? You guys out there. Not listen, not y'all in the household, all right? Y'all cool, y'all all right. But
Y'all got some
but
training, some home training in here.
exactly. That's you trying to have some, yeah, home train. We gotta have it because too many wrestling fans don't. Too many black shirts and no deodorant.
My
So,
lord.
so I mean, it's just crazy as far as what's going down in wrestling, as far as like these pregnancies. But that's not the only thing that's been going down that I wanted to get your thoughts about. We've been talking about it this entire week, man. And like, it sucks that I even got to keep bringing this up, but like, I have you on the show. You're highly opinionated, and I appreciate that. I respect that. So we couldn't have something that just happened, like it just happened. I'd not get your thoughts on it, and that's the whole Rajah Jackson situation that went down at Knox Pro. Man, Sicko Stu, that man winning that ring, and he was out at the slam when he picked him up and dropped him down. He was already knocked out,
Hmm.
but then just the barrage of offense and punches back to back to back. I don't know. That was crazy to me. I just wanted to get some of your thoughts on it, and of course, the aftermath. Rikishi and his school getting the WWE ID label stripped away from him, and everything, like everything that's fallen out from it. What's your thoughts on the whole situation?
It's going to be very anticlimactic for me. I'm not a worker. I do not have an opinion on it. The only opinion
Cool.
that I had on it was I'm glad that that man woke up. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that I cared about was that
Sure.
Stu woke up. The ins and out of it, of course, we can have our, objective or excuse me, our subjective opinions about it, right?
Hmm. Right.
Do I have those? Yes. Do I feel personally like this was something that he thought he was a part of something, went
Yeah.
too far, and now everything's falling on him? Do I feel like there's some undertones of why things are falling on him? Yes. Do I
Hmm.
have the right to speak on it as a fan? No. That's just my personal opinion. I told you like before, I have a specific respect for wrestling to where certain
Yes.
things I know are not my place. Now in the group chat, are we gonna talk about it? Yeah. We
Yeah.
got
For
our
sure.
conversations. But on
Sure.
a public forum or a public platform, I don't think that that's my spot to say anything. Do I feel like this was personally? It looks like a work that went too far. I hate even using
Hmm.
their word work because I shouldn't be using it, but that's what it looked like to
Hmm.
me. Now it's in the court hands. Whatever happens, happens. Do I feel like it was the right choice to pull Rikishi's school? Yes, I do believe that there is a lot of responsibility that falls on him. I hate that other people had to be impacted in reference to it. I hate that
Yeah,
other people had to have the trickle down effect, but unfortunately, in the business like this, that happens.
that's how
So
it
it's
goes down.
the details of it. I'm just glad that man is awake.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I and I, re- what I like about that is the fact that you have enough respect to kind of differentiate. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like, I think that that's that's lost as far as a lot of these fans, because a lot of fans, they want to be the smartest one in the room, and they want to think they know everything. But you
hmm
know what? Like, as a wrestling fan, as a fan of this, like, I like being worked.
yeah,
I'm good. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, work me.
That's the point.
Yeah,
That's I think that's been so lost. Um, that's been so lost uh, in fandom in general, not just in wrestling, but just every level of fandom. Is everyone wants to be on the inside so bad?
sure.
As
Yeah.
someone with a pinky toe on the inside, no, you do not. Trust me.
It's gonna mess. It messes up
So
how you
it's gonna mess
look at
up your
it.
fandom. You don't appreciate the veil. It's something that I tell people a lot. Appreciate the veil
Hmm.
of fandom and not knowing everything. I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't need to know when people's contracts are up. I miss not knowing that somebody's contract was up and they just pop on the screen. And you
Yeah,
like, what
exactly.
the hell? I thought that he worked over here. That
Yeah,
I miss that. I miss, being able to just strictly speak an opinion or just like a fantasy booking without having people under the comments trying to really explain it to you. Well, no, well, actually, shut up. Ain't nobody asked you for no well, actually. I'm just giving
right.
just a unbiased thought of what I just saw. Like
Yeah,
some stuff is just not that deep that everything needs a debate. You know what I mean? And that
yeah,
has been so lost in wrestling to where it honestly makes you not enjoy it as much. So yeah, I'm certain stuff I'm just never gonna talk about publicly. Some stuff I'm gonna just let y'all have at it. Do y'all thing. My group chat, however, we gonna get it busy. We gonna get it popping in the group chat. But on publicly,
yeah.
we're not about to do that.
I get it. I get it. I totally get it. No, that makes sense. It's all about differentiating, and some fans just, they just want to cross that line. You got the people that like to meet them at airports and all that fun stuff, or whatever. Like,
Y'all
come
don't
on,
find
man.
that weird?
That's weird. Like, come on. Like,
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
odd.
I could never. I could never. Like,
Because how did you
I
get the
could.
schedule? How did you get the flight schedule?
That's weird. I'm telling you, it's weird, bro. Like, it's weird that you were doing all that research to meet these people. And then not only meet these people, you come in here with a handful of merch, a whole bunch of shit and whatnot.
It's
Like, oh,
harassment.
will you sign this? And, don't put any names on it, but will you just sign it? And, like, come on, man. Come on. Like,
That's
are
why
you
I
a
couldn't
fan?
wrestle. That's why I couldn't wrestle at all. I thought I wanted to be a wrestler many moons ago. I ran the ropes
Hmm.
twice and was like, not for me. I'll stay on this side. But I couldn't wrestle because I would have really punched one of y'all by now. I don't there.
Man.
But I also blame social media. Social media has allowed people to have, like I said, these parasocial relationships to where they feel like, oh, I watch you, I do this, I support you, you owe me something. After them people leave that arena, once the gear is off, once the show is over, they don't owe you shit. If it's not
Zero.
at a meet and greet, if it's not at some sort of signing, a show, house show, PLE, whatever, they don't owe you shit. Imagine you clock out of your job at Target and you go somewhere else and they asking you about the sales at Target. You will be pissed off.
Be mad, right? Like, yes, yes. Absolutely.
You got to make it real
Absolutely.
for them. This is
Yeah.
you got to make it real for them. So y'all got to get some decorum, get some coof,
Real talk. Real
get
talk.
some
Most
coof.
definitely. She said, get some couth. Get some couth. All right. I got fighting ones in the chat here, and he has a question for her. He says, I would love to know Lovely's top three wrestlers right now.
Mm, that's kind of hard for me right now because my wrestlers they ain't on TV. I don't know what's going on. Um,
Right.
it's always going to be Darius Carter. Darius
Yeah.
Carter is by far number one for me. Everybody knows I'm Tama Tongue girly. I'm always gonna ride for Tama. I put Tama and his brothers in one package, so the Tungans, that's one.
That's all just one thing
That's
right
just
there.
one thing for me.
Okay. All right.
Um, and honestly, I am very, very, very much enjoying what is that young lady's name on Evolve? I can't just do three because Obafemi in there somewhere, but I got to put a lady in there. What's the young lady that's Callie Armstrong? Is that her name?
That sounds familiar. It might be.
Callie Armstrong. She's I think she's on Evolve.
Yeah. Yeah. Their Wednesday brand.
Do your thing, Shorty Low. So I mean, it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a Libra. There's 17 people in my head at one time. Any given day, my top three currently can change, but today those are the top three for
Sure.
me.
Sure. I got it. I got it. So, okay. All right. You said one of their names, but I got to ask because I got a question here. I got another question here because you have, like, I guess what you would consider to be maybe a little bit short of an obsession with Tamatanga and one Xavier Woods. What's this all about? Like, what's this? What are we seeing here with you and Tom and Xavier Woods? Some kind of throuple? Like, what is this?
So first of all, whoa. No, so I'll give you a background, then we'll go forward. Anytime that is it, okay, I do a lot of marketing for a lot of people, and
Hmm.
one thing that is 1000% going to always sell is sex. No matter how you slice the bread, it's the truth. So I
Yeah.
do this thing, and it's not just with them too. Okay,
Okay.
I
All
do
right.
this
Well,
thing
my
where
my bad. My bad.
I like to talk about the physics, like the physical part of people, because
Hmm.
that's going to always get attention first, and then they'll go back and watch. If I can
Hmm.
use that as the hook to get you, I'm gonna let their talent keep you. So that's literally been my whole shtick when it comes to especially indie wrestlers that I know. That's how it works. And if you
Yeah.
notice, if you follow anything that I do, as soon as the filth tweets start, that's when you start to see more people pay attention that
Yeah.
follow. Because if you're a wrestler, you're supposed to know how to wrestle. That's a given. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But what else is there to care about? So if I use that as the hook, then you go back and watch the shows, watch the matches. You're like, oh shit, they're actually good. So
Actually, good. Yeah.
you figured out me. So with Tama, I actually found out about Tama back when he used to wrestle at CMLL,
Oh, okay.
and he
Okay.
used to wrestle in Puerto Rico, and he was actually tag team champs with Damian Sandow actually at that particular promotion.
Random.
So yeah, it's, your girl's been here for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All
then
right. All right.
when I saw him in New Japan, because I am I'll say back then more than now a huge New Japan fan,
Oh,
and
I
I
love New
saw
Japan.
him.
Yeah.
I love it, and I saw him there, and I think at that time he had came in with like the Tongan Kid thing at first, and then he switched over to Tama Tonga, and then we saw um, Bad Boy Tama Tonga, and I remember he
Yep.
used to have this huge beef with Joey Janela in the Indies. He used to
Yeah.
it was Bad Boy Tama Tonga and Bad Boy Joey Janela, and they would just have their thing. So I followed from there, and then the watching Bullet Club form, watching that pay per view live when all of that happened, and I've just been like, okay, this is my guy.
Yeah.
Granted, it don't hurt that he fine, but I appreciated the way that he wrestles. I love the way that he moves, and a lot of people who only seen him in WWE, you're not even understanding what's all in there. He's
Yeah.
so charismatic. If you could think of Nightcrawler from X Men, if he was a
Yeah.
wrestler, that's how Tama Tonga actually wrestles. If
I
you
love that comparison because he's so slithery the way that he
Mhm.
moves.
That's exactly who he wrestles like. So I was there through the war paint. I've done Tama Tonga cosplays. I finally met him for the first time in Orlando, 2017, and we
That's
just
dope.
became cool from there because for some reason people would meet him and like, I want to record a video for Lovely. I'm like, leave that man alone. He don't think I'm some psychopath. Stop. But, during the pandemic, he had this Patreon. I was a part of the Patreon. I was
Hmm.
thankful enough to he asked me to help with his podcast. I was on the podcast for 2 episodes.
Right
Then he
on.
turned around and did my show. So I was like to have my top guy do that without even all I did was ask. He was like, hell yeah. And we made it work. Then Hiku did it. And those are my guys because they've
Yeah.
appreciated the fandom. They've appreciated the support, and they've also reciprocated it back to me. So you'll never get me off them. Those are my dudes.
Sure.
Xavier Woods, however.
Oh, we about to take a turn now.
No, to be honest, Xavier Woods is somebody that I admire on such a different level. Um, I have such a respect for New Day because they gave a different sector of black men a face and a voice.
Yeah, yeah. The way you was feeling about Big Three is how a lot of us felt about the New Day.
Exactly. And even though a lot of time y'all get on my nerves, anytime that I can see black men genuinely like eyes glitter and eyes, pop for seeing stuff, it makes me happy. And
Black
those
Boy Joy is back.
it's real. And they gave that. And then I've always thought Xavier Woods was just an adorable man. He's just the prettiest. He's just so cute. He got the dimples. He's smart. Like he could talk quantum
Yeah,
physics with you and still look
yeah.
like that. It's intriguing. And since we've done, talked about the him being fine on social media, we see what he's doing on TV.
Killing it. I mean, I was like the New Day turn and whatnot. I was like, man, I thought it was gonna do like pop some more. I thought something was gonna happen, but
Yeah.
like I saw some on social media and I agree with it. The whole heel turn was just a whole excuse for Xavier Woods to just start showing out. All right, because this boy just came out here stepping like in the cleanest of outfits every single week. I'm like, you know what? Do your thing, Xavier. You looking good, man.
He
Like,
he's
goddamn.
doing he's doing some of his greatest like just character work right now,
Yeah.
like because he's ridiculous. It's obnoxious, but it's so great,
I'm
and
like,
he's
the New Day is dramatic.
but it makes you watch because you
Yeah.
want to. Okay, what ridiculousness is he about to do? He's so smart. Xavier Woods is one of the smartest people in the world, probably, and Big E too is absolutely intelligent. But to
Brilliant. Yeah.
see the creative juices in real time going and to to watch this craziness, he could do no wrong to me. That video that y'all keep trying to bring up with him and somebody, that was AI. That wasn't even real. See, it was an
Like what?
angel. It was an angel. He's perfect. He hasn't done anything wrong. Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I love it. No, I love the love for Xavier Woods. I mean, I always thought that like at least let him get like the IC title, US title or something. Like I know they're not like in order for him to go for the big titles, they gotta position him in that way. There's gotta
Right,
be organic people, the people gotta organically get behind him and stuff, kind of like
right.
what we saw with Kofi and stuff like that. But it's just I just feel like he is currently right now, like you were saying, in a very specific groove, and I really enjoy it. Now, earlier you said one of your favorites. I think you brought Bailey's name up.
Oh,
So I'm somebody who truly appreciates Bailey in many different facets, but she's starting. It seems like the wheels are starting to turn with the new character with her, where she's kind of hearing some voices and whatnot, having some self doubt and things of that nature. Where do you think we're going with Bailey right now?
I don't know, but I'm here. I'm not leaving ever. Okay, I you know what I mean? Like she's one of those people. Like I found her at Davina Rose before the Bailey thing as on the Indies. She was Davina Rose,
Yeah,
and she was 100% when they got her to NXT and we saw the ponytail to the side. It was the most ingenious thing that they could have ever done with someone with that kind of passion for wrestling because she was 100% all of us, right?
yeah.
I have a group of friends. We're called the Bailey Bunch and we have this
Right on.
picture. Don't judge us, okay? Don't judge us.
No, no, no judgment. No judgment.
We have this picture when we met her at the Eye. Is that what it's called in Orlando? The
Yeah,
Eye, and it's all of us around her in full blown Hugger Bailey gear, and she's in the middle. And we were able to give her a copy of that picture, and she says she has it in her home. So I'm hoping that she really does have that picture because that meant a lot to us. Okay.
that's dope.
Yes, I don't know where she's going with it. I don't even have speculations about where she's going with it. I'm just happy that they're going somewhere with her.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
I have no complaints. I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
That's that's where I'm at currently with Bailey, is that I'm just happy that they're trying something with her. And like, we were having a conversation about another one that's one of my personal favorites, and that's Carmelo Hayes.
Mhm.
And Carmelo Hayes, I was just like, I love the fact that they keep trying with him,
Yeah.
because I feel like bell to bell. I literally just said this the other day on on our last Sunday show. Bell to bell, he's going to give you on a nightly basis anywhere between the 3 and a 5 star match, easy, just
Easy.
depending on what the story is,
Correct.
you know. Um, but he's a great in ring competitor. But I think some of the places where it's fallen short is that they've have lacked uh, urgency as far as finding him relevancy in the story,
Mhm.
and I think that's what they're trying to work on with the Miz right now. With the
Yep.
Miz kind of coming in and kind of stepping on his toes a little bit. So I want to ask you, um, Carmelo Hayes. I think he's great. I think he's got a whole lot of potential to go super far. You see what's going on with them with the Miz. Where's your current, like, what's your temperature with Carmelo Hayes right now?
Here's the thing. I have two people that I put on the same wavelength, and that's Carmelo and that's Khan in AEW.
Oh yeah,
You have these two individuals who look the way that they do, wrestle the way that they do, can sell the way that they do. They actually can speak because Carmelo is underrated on the mic. People don't realize like he's if you listen to him talk, he's great in promos.
he got it. Yeah,
Nothing ever feels forced. Nothing feels like it's written. You just sound like a fly dude just talking.
yeah.
And it's I'm going to say this with trying to not get jumped on the internet when I say this. I honestly feel like what fell short with Carmelo actually has nothing to do with him or anything. I think the bloodline fucked a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean,
Whether it was, and I don't, I'm not saying it's an intentional thing, not blaming the bloodline for
sure,
a
yeah.
thing, right?
But the
But
time that they took time from others.
there was so much time, there was so much story, there was so much investment to where everyone else kind of feel like they were just getting whatever fell off the table. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so you have that 5 year window of amazing stories that could have happened that felt like we could have gotten Bloodline versus Hurt Business, which would have fed families.
Oh man,
I think they
man,
kind of dropped the ball with Bloodline and Judgment Day. I think that could have done something, but
yeah,
Judgment Day their thing anyway. I think the biggest fail when it comes to Bloodline was having Tom and them join Bloodline. Not for Bloodline. It was a fail for Tama. It was a fail for God as a whole because
yeah,
they were pigeonholed immediately in this mute role, not talking. We don't
yep.
get to see any of this yeah, yeah, yeah thing. I know y'all like it. That's cool. Irritates the hell out of me because I know that if you gave him a hot mic and let him talk for real, he got so much more stuff in the tank than some yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I mean?
They're
And that's
henchmen.
he's more than that.
I agree with you. I'm
You know
saying the
what
way
I
that
mean?
they're booking him,
Yeah.
henchmen.
They're booking him like these minions almost. And you gotta
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
guys coming from being the second top babyface in New Japan, right under Tanahashi,
yeah,
right into this role. So I think that happened with Carmelo because when he got drafted to the main roster, he was white hot in
yep,
NXT. White hot. Slapped right into the bloodline wall. Because where do you fit? There's so many of them.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you can have a bloodline show without any other wrestler except for whoever they're wrestling against, or you can just have them wrestle each other. That'll
yep,
take 2 hours by itself.
yep.
And
I
I
mean,
think
it's true.
that you know what I mean. And I think that's what happened. And that's no bash to the bloodline because they
Mm.
gave us they had us eating good for the first 4 years.
Oh yeah,
Good. I don't know what they're doing right now, but they had us eating good. So it's not against them, but I do believe that so many people got the short end of the stick because of how much of the investment was in the bloodline.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. No, that makes perfect sense to me. That makes perfect sense to me. And it's got, I mean, the bloodline, it is what it is with that, but now you got like the MFTs and whoo,
And what
like
the hell is that?
my family tree.
Don't piss me off because when it first started, it stood for motherfucking Tama or
Yeah.
motherfucking Tama. That's what it started off. Had it looking like an MJF logo. Okay,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Tama got this mysterious injury. We ain't seen hide nor hair of this nigga in months.
Right,
They ain't even
right.
talking about him. You done completely replaced him with Jeff Cobb. Well, whose decision was that to put him in Bloodline?
Absolutely no aura at all.
If you know Jeff Cobb, I watch
He's a
Jeff
great
Cobb,
wrestler.
and that he's Dean Malenko. But once he's done wrestling, to the back with you. We're
Yep,
done. We don't need you on the screen no more.
yep. No
So
aura whatsoever.
it felt like just a replacement for Tama for whatever he has going on, which I hope he's completely okay.
Sure.
But it felt so lazy.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. Like I forgot who I was saying this to yesterday. We were talking about the MFTs, and then of course we all know that Solo Sikoa lost his United States Championship to Sami Zayn, and I was like, is he getting punished for his dad's promotion?
I
I
thought
don't
the
know. I
same
don't want
thing, but I ain't had no opinion on that. I just let
to
you know.
exactly. I want to just I'm gonna leave it at that. But it's just crazy because when I see like Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo,
I'm not
and
calling him that.
JC it's so bad. and then you have Tala Tonga
His
there
name
or
will kick.
whatnot.
I'm not calling him that. I'm not
I
doing
mean,
that.
all I am seeing now is the authors of pain. That's all I
100%.
see.
And it's so sad.
It
It's
is.
it's so sad because if you only watch WWE, not bashing you if you do, so don't start that shit. But
Yeah,
if you
right,
only
right, right.
watch WWE, you have no idea what God was. You have
So
no,
good.
oh my God, you have no idea who Jeff Cobb is, right? Like, of course,
Wrestler.
people are throw up the old matches or spots with Tongaloa when he was just phoning it in the ring when he was just doing bullshit.
Yeah.
But because but you if you don't watch New Japan, you don't understand the shtick behind it. You
Yeah.
don't understand what they were doing at the time for that to happen. You know what I mean? It's so much
Yeah.
more to it than just he can't wrestle. No, it was a shtick that was going
It
on
was
at
a
the
thing they
time.
were doing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it bothers me because it's the booking is so. I hate using these wrestling terms as a fan because it really makes me sound like a dumbass, but I'm really not trying to. But just the booking of some of this stuff is so upsetting and lazy because I had my perfect way to bring in God and I thought it was seamless, and they went a different way, and I hate it every day. So
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Just because I know what the Gorillas of Destiny, like what they are, who they are, and how bad
mhm,
they are, and like, yeah, just to bring them in as just henchmen, I wasn't in love with that.
yeah,
And then, just not giving them an opportunity to even develop any sort of character because I know who they are between the ropes and who they could be when you put a mic in their hand.
yep,
And it's like they just had to succumb to the bloodline like so many others did. So I don't know. I think that's crazy. But when I see the MFTs right now, I'm like, man, is this what the bloodline has come to? Because this is about as bad as it could get. Like it's Timu version the way that, and then the only thing that was really popping was the fact that Solo had the U.S. title, and I
mhm,
think Solo's entertaining. Like on his
yeah,
own, I think Solo's entertaining.
yeah.
But then you take the title off of him, and it's like, what are they even doing anymore?
What's the
Like
point? Like
exactly.
we're dragging this thing out for no reason at the detriment of people that are now signed that people don't know. So you've already shot them in the foot with a gun they don't
Mhm.
even see. So it's frustrating, not just because these are guys that I genuinely enjoy. It's just I feel like it's a disservice to the fans
Mm.
because you don't get a chance to really see them at their full potential. They're just these dudes in black shirts and gold chain, which is the perfect outfit personally, but whatever. Neither here nor there. But like I had the perfect way to bring them in. All you needed to do, because if you remember, Tama was signed at the time. AJ Styles and the Good Brothers were in their little feud. It was
Yep. Oh
AJ
yeah.
and the Good Brothers. Perfect way to do this, being as Tama was signed first, bring Tama in to be on AJ Styles' side against the Good Brothers. Have the Good Brothers go over on in the feud. Then he brings in Tongaloa. So you have a Bullet Club OGs right there. And the reason why
Hmm.
that's important is because that's already 10 years of fandom embedded in those gentlemen that old fans would have been like so invested of seeing Bullet Club now here. Even if
Yeah,
it's not Bullet Club, but the investment is there from 10 years of Bullet Club, right?
yeah.
And then you bring everybody else in. Then you have AJ turn on Tama and go back with the Good Brothers. Then you bring in Hikuleo. That's how you do that. WWE.
Fair. Fair. I just like you said, once they got involved in the bloodline, they got pigeonholed.
It was over.
It was over after that, and like we're seeing the same thing with Jeff Cobb, the same thing with Hikaleo. Like that's the formula that is being brought in. And I've been saying for man, I feel like I've been saying this for about 5 or 6 months. I feel like somewhere down the line, Carmelo Hayes is going to find himself
Yep.
in an opportunity where he can hold that U.S. championship. And I think that him being a U.S. champion, him having something to tip his hat to, and be like, yeah, I'm the U.S. champion. I'm the best U.S. champion ever. I'm the baddest motherfucker. To me, Carmelo is at his most Carmelo when he has gold
When
around
he
his
has a
waist.
title because he's so cocky. He's a light
Yep.
skinned cocky man. You
Yeah.
have like that's gonna make you hate them immediately.
Yeah.
I think where they dropped the ball, or where I don't want to say dropped the ball, but where they could have really took off if they would have added him in that faction with Seth Rollins.
Ooh, okay. Hold on now.
I
I didn't
get
even think about him in that mix because he
I
could have been like the Randy Orton in there, like
I
in the Evolution.
I get Braun. What's the dog name? Braun Breaker. I get
Breaker,
him.
yeah.
Too many Brauns.
Too
I
many for real.
I get Braun Breaker being there, but I don't think Braun Breaker needed the faction because I think he was already doing his thing by himself
Fans was
already.
already getting behind
He
him.
was already had that thing going. And if they would have put someone like Carmelo in that spot, not to be because you could have had Bronson being the muscle and
Yeah,
had Carmelo be the charisma, where now you have this order. You have Braun Breaker being the muscle, and you have Bronson surprising everybody being the charisma.
yeah,
Because this Shula follow shit,
yeah. It's good. It's good. I'm not gonna hold you. It's good. I like it.
yeah, and it gives you a different element to Bronson Reed because people didn't know anything about his personality at all. So
Yep.
this, you know, I don't work there. I just watch it.
Yeah, no, no doubt, no doubt. I feel and I'm with you. I like the fact that we're seeing this different vibe on Bronson Reed and everything. We're seeing him in that mix. I forget which PLE it was, but I really started to be like, all right, I see you, Bronson Reed. When I once again forget which one it was, but he came out in the MF Doom gear, and I was like, ooh, okay,
Yeah.
that was cold.
You pay attention to his social medias, especially his Instagram, the guy loves music and he's so
Okay,
ingrained in like hip hop and all of that. That's why I'm happy about the Shula Follow thing because you're getting to see him.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to see those speckles of who he is, kind of like we were getting with Karrion Cross before we lost him, but we're not.
Oh my god. Oh, that's been a whole thing. That has been a whole thing as far as carrying cross. I guess we could go there real quick.
Oh,
Is this you think this will work or not? I mean, come on. Come on.
no, no.
Okay. All right.
I did it first. I did it first. Not gonna hold you. I did it
Okay.
first, but after meeting him and
I saw that. That was
yeah,
fire, by the way. That was
yeah.
dope.
Don't think this is a joke, guys.
Yes, she out here, y'all. All right.
I be outside.
She out there touching grass. That was dope though. I love that. No, I don't think it's a work anymore either. I'm with
Mm,
you on that for sure. But man, it was great to be able to have you on and talk to you and whatnot. And we're about to slide out of here. But first, before we get out of here and call this a really great episode, we're about to have Clash in Paris. And I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to quickly run down the match card and maybe get some predictions from you.
okay.
I've given my predictions here back on our Wednesday show with Annie O'Neill. If you guys get a chance to go back and check that out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So that's out there. But we're not focusing on my picks. So if you want to hear my picks, go back to that episode. We're focusing on Lovely's picks here. So we got Clash in Paris going down as tomorrow. And it's a pretty decent decent card. I mean, it's not blowing me away or anything like that, but still pretty decent card. And we just added a tag team title match to it yesterday on SmackDown. So I guess we'll go ahead and start there. Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, the Wyatt Six against Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits. Who do you think got that one?
Wyatt Six.
Wyatt Six retaining?
Yep, I do think they're retaining, and this would be an opportune time. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but this is WWE. Be an opportune time for Dawkins to turn on Montez.
Ooh. Okay, okay. So, okay, let's stay there real quick before we get to the next one. Because I know that, as far as Montez, there's a lot of talk around Montez as far as this dude's got it. Like, you put him in the spot as a solo, this guy could most definitely find his way to a main event spot if you
Yep,
let that organically happen because he's got the look, he's got the charisma, everything there. He checks all the boxes.
yep.
So you're saying that we could see a heel turn and they finally break up. Is that what you're implying, that we lead towards, putting the rocket to Montez Ford in a way?
1000%. Because here's the thing. Everyone knows because of interviews, Montez doesn't want to go solo because he doesn't want to leave Dawkins. So the
Yeah.
only way we're going to get this is if Dawkins leaves him. And if we use those little seeds that were planted with Bo Dallas the other day,
I like that.
that
Yeah.
we can use that for Dawkins. Hearing that people think he's not good enough to be with Montez or thinks he's holding Montez back or being the anchor or being the weight, use that as the catalyst to turn on him. You have to have Dawkins as a heel and Montez as a face, because Dawkins as a face ain't gonna cut it because he doesn't have the backing without Montez. Put
Yeah.
him as a heel. Make him a hater
Yeah.
on Montez.
I think he could eat as a heel for
He
real.
would kill it.
I like that idea just because like everybody wants to the when it comes to tag teams or anything like that, like everybody's like, oh, who's the Janetti? Who's the
Mhm.
Janetti? Like, have you seen Angelo Dawkins wrestle? Like, that's not a Janetti. Like, that dude can go, and like I think that, yeah, if you put him in that right spot, if you
Mhm.
put him in that right situation, I think that he could eat as a heel. But yeah, I mean, everybody hears what's going on as far as Montez Ford. Everybody knows that everybody's like, put the rocket to his back, give him a
Yep.
shot, let him, it could be Shawn Michaels vibes if they do it right,
Sure
you
can.
know. And so yeah, I like that idea a lot. So we could see that happen. It could go down. But let's go to the next match here, which is the only women's match, which for some pretty disappointed in it just because like they was really looking forward to that women's world championship match no matter what it was good. But if we don't got it, we don't got it figured out. You don't
Yeah.
got it figured out. It is what it is. But we do got an IC title match,
Mhm.
and that's Becky Lynch defending up against Nikki Bella. What do you think?
Ugh. Ugh. I don't care either way about this match, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nikki won.
Oh,
I
oh
know.
man.
I hate it too. The reason why I say that is because she's just there, and it's Nikki Bella. They got to
It's
do
so
something.
painfully obvious that
Yeah,
she's just there.
she's just there.
Like, and here's the thing, like, I'm gonna be I've been transparent on this show for a long time. Nikki Bella has never done it for me,
Never.
ever. I think like even her wrestling was underwhelming. Her
Mhm.
on the mic, I
This
mean,
light
it's
is in my face. I'm so sorry. I keep trying
oh, you're good. You're
to.
good. Yeah, but I just never thought she like when she her on the mic. It just sounds so manufactured, and I hate manufactured promos. I love
Agreed.
it when it sounds more natural and just like it always felt like she was getting pushed just because you're politicking and whatnot, and she was super Nikki, and now everybody says, oh look, she was the catalyst for change in the women's division. I'm like, no, you were in this place where you were at the top when it was changing.
Mhm.
So we look at her. Some people look at her in this way. I don't because I was watching at that time, and she never impressed me.
Right.
But that's just the honest truth.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Becky Lynch and what she's doing right now, currently having a really good mid card run, which I'm loving the women's mid card
Mhm.
spots right now. I mean, when you have names like Julia, like Stephanie
Hmm.
Vicaire, like Roxanne Perez, like
Hmm.
Lyra Valkyria, that's developing in the mid card. It's like, my God, that is
Yeah,
a hell of a mid card. And then you have Becky Lynch and Bailey who are holding it down in feuds with Lyra Valkyria, bringing her up,
right.
or whatnot, which is great. But Becky is in a groove right now, so I would hate for that to be derailed just because, oh, here's Nikki and we got to give her something. Like,
That's
I
why I
don't know.
don't
That's where I'm
care.
at.
But that's why I don't care about the match itself, because even though I'm not a huge Becky Lynn at this stage fan,
Yeah.
what she's doing for women's mid card wrestling is fantastic, because yes, I think that we have one of the best lineups as far as in ring talent for women right now. So I love that, but this is also WWE. I've never been a Bellas fan. I appreciate what the Bellas did for wrestling as far as opened up other people's to watch it. I
Hmm.
understand why they're where they are. So I never want that to ever get misconstrued. Is that I know why they're there and I understand it and respect it. But
Yeah.
I ain't got no Bella t-shirts.
Right. Same. Big same. Big same. So like it would be as I wouldn't put it past him. I
Right.
wouldn't put it past him. I'll just leave it at that, and we'll go to the next match here, which is very interesting, just because we kind of had a conversation about this cat. That's Roman Reigns. He's going up against Bronson Reed in a singles match. What do you think's going to pop off in this one?
What I would like to happen is for Bronson to go over.
That's what I said. I
I,
promise.
I would like for Bronson to continue this tribal thief thing, but I do believe that this is going to be Roman's, redemption song. He gets all his shoes back,
Yeah.
throws the
Yeah.
one in the air with his shoes in one hand. Like, we know what this is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just.
He's gonna put
You
the
just
ones
wrote
up.
it. You just wrote a
Shoes.
WWE ending right there. Like
That's
that's
I know this company, man.
it's no. You're absolutely right. I could see it. I would personally love to see Bronson Reed pick up the victory, and
Hmm.
I honestly don't think Roman hurts from it,
He
from taking
doesn't.
the loss. But
He
I
doesn't.
do think I do feel like what they're leading up to is him having to go through all the members of
Everybody
the Vision
get
to
to
get
Seth.
to Seth and blah 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 blah.
Of
So
course.
yeah, I could see
I
that.
want if it happens this way, I'll be fine too. Bronson loses by DQ because he uses the Shula Fowler to choke Roman out.
That
Do
would
it.
be funny. I will laugh. I will. I promise you, if that happens, I will be cracking up while I'm inboxing you. I
Yeah.
promise you, I will. That's good. That's good. I like that. But let's move on here because we have. Why would you not just call this a street fight? They're having a good old fashioned Donnybrook between Sheamus and Rusev. It just feels so like with the feud that they've kind of built with each other, which has kind of become like really heated. Why are you gonna call it a good old fashioned Donnybrook? I don't know. Who do you think's gonna win this match?
Sheamus.
Okay, okay. Sheamus,
Sheamus.
you think no, no nothing for Rusev? Rusev gonna get his legs cut out from
I
under him?
think he has to, because of how the feud has been going. He
Yeah,
has to fail this time. You know what I mean? I get this feud because these are best friends basically,
yeah.
and they're doing just like this best friend moment of feuds. You know how that goes.
Oh
But
yeah, always great.
yeah, Sheamus has to win. He needs to win right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Sheamus picking up that victory. So now we're getting to the what's more likely. What I think is going to be a double main event, and that's the fatal four way for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins going up against CM Punk, Jay Uso, and LA Knight. Who you got?
Here's the thing. I didn't know any of the card matches, to be honest. So this is my first time hearing this. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Um, shit. I don't know. Who's in this again? CM Punk, Seth,
Yep.
Jay, and
CM
LA
Punk,
Knight.
Seth, Jay.
Why is La Knight there?
I, because they have him in there because he been fighting. Well, okay, so for some reason he came over to Monday Night Raw and started fighting Seth Rollins' group, and then he just stayed, and now he didn't found himself in a title situation.
La Knight, baby. I know you're not watching, but let's talk. Give it up. Let it go. It's not in your future, and that's okay. Everybody's not a world heavyweight title man. It's okay. You could definitely be Dolph Ziggler, babe. It's okay.
You could be the best U.S. champion you could
I
be.
mean, the greatest of the great, but La Knight, please. Who do I think? I think Seth's gonna win.
Seth's gonna retain. Yeah,
Just
I could.
because it goes back to what we were saying about Roman working his way up to get to him. Yeah.
Exactly. So like what would my whole thing with this, like, to me, even though it's a fatal four-way, it's painfully obvious to me because like why would you take all these months to build up the vision, do become like the unstoppable force, then put the title on Seth Rollins, and then it's like, oh, he's about to have this dominant reign and there nobody's gonna be able to touch him because he has all these forces around him and Paul Heyman who can, move puzzle pieces in the background and whatnot or whatever. And then, oh, here it is, Clash of Paris. Oh, he dropped the title.
Why is I still don't understand why is this a fatal four way? Why is this not a rematch with him or a match with him and CM Punk?
So
I get
from,
the why. I get the build up. I I,
yeah,
I, I get the build up. But
sure,
why are
sure,
we doing this? This should have been CM Punk versus Seth Rollins redemption story match. I
yeah,
I know we all love Jey Uso. I am yeeted out.
yeah. I
We
could
can
see that.
I'm yeeted the hell out now. Okay, now it's only so much niceties I got. But I don't think we needed Knight and Jey Uso in this match. We could have had Knight versus Jey Uso. We could have
That
did
would have
that
been
with
cool
no
too.
problem. I'd have been cool with that match. But for this, I don't. Seth, moving on.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm with you. I feel like it's gonna be Seth. All right, last match here. We got John Cena on his retirement tour. He's going up against Logan Paul. What you think?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay.
I because I don't know because of the boner that WWE has for Logan Paul.
They love him. I promise they do.
Like I'm like, all right, he's good, but enough. Um, I would want John Cena to go over because it is the retirement match, and having a Logan Paul beat John Cena is such a WWE thing to do because he's never going to shut up about it.
Yeah.
So I think
Oh
Logan
yeah.
Paul.
Okay. Okay. So let me throw another element into that match and get your thoughts on this. All right. So we know that we had Brock Lesnar return. Brock Lesnar show back up. What you think about the possibility of Brock Lesnar coming back and costing Cena the match, leading towards a Logan Paul win?
You were trying to get me canceled. Oh, I don't want to say anything. Oh, I don't want to say a word. Shit be happening, man. No, I think Brock Lesnar is different when it comes to okay. This is strictly only talking about Brock Lesnar, the wrestler. This is
Yes.
not about Brock Lesnar, the person. I have
Yes.
nothing to say about anything about Brock Lesnar, the person.
More
Okay.
than fair. More
Just
than fair.
wanted to talking to them. So I think that he's smart in enough as far as booking wise to not interfere in the match. I think that it would be a situation with one or two things. Either he's going to do it after the match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, three things. Either after the match or before the match, try to take Cena out. Or all you hear is the do 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 do. Cena gets distracted. Logan Paul
Yep.
picks up the
I could see that.
yeah.
I can see that. All right, all right. So we got Logan Paul up in the mix as far as winning this thing. Dang, it almost feels dirty to say, but
Aw- Awful.
oh man, but I do appreciate you giving me your predictions. I also appreciate you coming on the show. Like you making your time. Like I know you moving, doing your thing. Hanging out with carrying Cross and whatnot. And big shot over here and whatnot. Nah, I'm kidding. But I do truly appreciate you taking the time. So when I give that appreciation, I always got to do it in a way to where I give you the opportunity to plug anything that you want to plug, your social media, what you got going on, any projects that you got moving. Go ahead and let the household know where they can catch you at.
Well, as always, it's your girl Lovely Laveau. We do have something else, season 4 in the works. It is coming. We don't know exactly when, but it is coming. You can follow me on all social media platforms. It's Lovely Laveau everywhere. Same thing. If there's anything I do want to plug, it's always going to be Ashe Wrestling. Um,
Yes. Oh
this
man, yes.
Yeah, next Saturday, September the 6th, we do have Ashe 11. We have the new Pan African World Diaspora Champion Khan. We have Big Seti, not the little one, Cedric Alexander coming back through. We are crowning the first ever women's Ashe champion. We are so excited
Ooh.
about that. Auntie Jazz will be there. It's going to be a fatal
Ooh.
four-way. So we got to. I want you guys to really, if you cannot come to Charlotte, because that's where it's based out of. If you cannot ever make it to Charlotte, please stream the show. It is one of the most amazing things to see close up because it's for us, by us, for everyone to enjoy. This is a black funded, black curated, and black owned wrestling promotion. And we don't have a lot of that. The black funded part is the key. And this is something that is very precious to me, and I'm thankful to even be a part of it. So check it out, September 6th, Charlotte, North Carolina. I share 11.
Man, that is fire. I follow that promotion. They do a great job for sure. So most definitely check out everything they're doing and check out everything that Lovely is doing. She's super talented. She's out there on social media, letting y'all know exactly how she feel, whether y'all like it or not.
Period.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to give one last thank you to my guest here. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on, Lovely. Thank you for giving me your time.
Not a problem. Thank you. I'll be back if you need me.
Oh, most definitely. I'll definitely be calling you back for another episode. It was a vibe. It was a great chat. And listen, that's what we do here. So you guys out there in the household, make sure that you check out what she is doing. Check out what we're doing here. You guys already know we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitch. And now you can catch us on X. And make sure that you check out what we're doing on the podcast side of things. That's on Apple Podcasts. That is on Spotify. Pop us in your ears. Check out what we're doing. Maybe you're driving to work. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're taking the kids to school, whatever. You want to talk about some wrestling? Come on over here to In Your House. We give you that work, and that's HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So for my great guest, lovely Laveau, and of course the team here at In Your House, I'm Alec on the Concept House, here to tell you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to hop on this bandwagon, get on, or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Rumpus in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smooth.